Today we're taking a look at a desk with a difference, and that's coming up right after this. If you're new here and want to stay up to date with the latest tech, please hit subscribe followed by the bell. You can also keep up on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter by clicking the links in the description. So today we've got a different review for you guys, and that's this desk which has a very special feature. It's called the Yo-Yo Desk Pro 2 XL from sitstand.com, and I've been using it for nearly a month, so it's time to give it a full review and show you guys exactly what it can do. So, full disclosure, they sent me the desk for free, but it's an honest review with honest opinions. Many of you may have already seen this desk in action on my Twitter or Instagram, but as you may have guessed by the website name, this is a desk that allows you to work while sat down or even when you're standing. The Yo-Yo Desk 2 Pro is a motorized desk system that allows you to change the desk height with a simple button press on the side. You can press and change this from 70 centimeters all the way up to 120, and the desks themselves come in many different sizes and colors. But as you can see here, I've opted for actually the largest model they do, which is 180 centimeters by 80, and of course I've got the white tabletop. So the first thing we're going to cover is the specs of the desk, and that's something I never thought I'd be saying on this channel. And then we're going to go through what it can do and what I like about it and also what I don't like. So it's an electrically powered height adjustable desk. It ranges from 70 centimeters all the way up to 120, and this makes it suitable for user heights of up to 185 centimeters. For people that are taller than that, there's also a Yo-Yo Desk Pro 2 Plus, but this desk has a steel frame and it comes in a choice of silver, white and black, and the height adjustment is powered by silent motion technology. It's able to lift a maximum capacity of 100 kilograms. It comes with 5 years warranty, and I selected the upgraded control panel on the side along with a cable management system. So overall, it is a great desk. I mean, the first thing we're going to do now, because you probably do want to see this, is actually see the motor in action before we go through the detail. So if I use my control panel on the side, I can actually move it up and down. So we'll just do that to show you. It does work, and it's very easy to do. It all works very well. So as you can see, that's the desk at full height, so it does make it very suitable for standing up working. And I mean, I would actually have this a little bit lower, so I'm just going to move this back down before we continue. So overall, it is a great desk. It does what it's supposed to do, and it means I can sit down and work. If I get any back problems or just feel like standing up, I can do so without the hassle of having to move any equipment or change my setup. The whole design is impressive, and actually even in just sit down mode, thanks to the metal frame in the middle, it makes for a very sturdy setup. But there are just a couple of things that I think could be improved, and we'll go over those shortly. The desktop as a whole is great quality. I tend to leave things on the desk and get marks all over it, but so far I haven't actually managed to scratch the surface of the desk yet. I have actually managed to take the tiniest of chips out of the left side here, but this was 100% my fault, as I left these metal edged headphones on the edge. When I was moving the desk up, that got caught. I didn't notice and kept trying to push it up, so I take full responsibility for jamming it in there, but it could have been a lot worse. So I opted for the large desk, and even though it is pretty big, it's stable in every single part of the desktop. And normally with a desk this sort of size, you may have to worry about some support in the middle, but with the Yo-Yo Desk Pro 2, it's got a very strong metal frame, and it actually runs all the way along the desktop in the center. At the back corners, we've got 2 holes and covers for our cable management, and I have to say, this is of course the hardest thing about this desk. When it comes to the cable management, of course, you need to make it so that the desk can easily rise and fall, but you also still want the setup to be neat. I've placed my tower on top of the desk to make moving up and down much better and neater, and I have to say the cable management tray upgrade that I got here is a must. I haven't actually finished my cable management yet, but it's nearly done, and as you can see, I've got a lot of cables inside this tray. To be fair, I probably need a lot more cables than most, as I've got the 3 monitor setup, and I've also got an additional 2 LED light strips. But the way I've done my setup is I've got two 4-gang multi-sockets underneath, they're inside each tray, and then the cables are running up from the wall into there. I'm going to be using trunking here in future to neaten this up, but one thing I would like to see in a future model would be a built-in multi-socket on each side. If I could, for instance, plug a plug into the bottom leg and it would transfer through up to a multi-socket at the top, this would make life so much easier, and I think it would be a huge improvement on an already good desk. Next, you can see, to make this work with my current setup, I've actually had to stick my internet router to the bottom of the desk. Now I've decided that I'm actually going to be moving this into another room, meaning it's just an Ethernet cable running up here instead, but I haven't got around to that yet. Another improvement I would have liked to have seen is that, given this is obviously an office solution, maybe an Ethernet port at the bottom that transfers up to the top, and again it would just make things so much neater. But overall, there is plenty of management options, there's plenty of space, and I am happy with the design. Now we're going to move on to the motor, and I have to say this did impress me. The silent motion technology, while not completely silent, it is pretty quiet. On top of that, the dual motors move the desk up and down incredibly smoothly, giving you full confidence in the equipment that you're trusting the safety on top. I've also opted for the upgraded control panel on this as well, so while you normally have an up and down, I've then got a 1, 2 and 3 programmable options. Now I can set the heights to the numbers, so I have 1 as my preferred seating position, I have number 2 as my preferred standing position, and if there was someone else that was using this, they could use 3 for their preferred standing position as well. Now, to keep things safe, you can't just press the number and it goes to that height, you have to hold it in and keep holding it until it reaches the height. Now this is of course something they have to do for safety, and I think it is a good idea. In the specs, it states that this motor can be cycled at least 10,000 times at full load, so these motors are going to stand the test of time. While I personally didn't work standing up much, this desk has truly given me the freedom to do so, and it's now something that I do consider doing. On top of this, there are benefits that I hadn't considered, such as cleaning. I can raise the desk up to easily clean underneath, and while I used to struggle getting over my desk to that window there to use the blinds, I can now just put the desk to its lowest position. If you're suffering with a bad back and you don't want to commit to a standing only desk, then it's definitely going to be a good choice. Not only does it bring more options, but it also provides the most sturdy and secure desk that I've ever had. As I said, cable management is difficult to get neat considering the challenges, so I highly recommend the case hide the bulk of it, and I still use plenty of cable ties and Velcro. Build quality does seem to be very good, and there's no doubt that I'm going to be using this desk for years to come. So finally, in the bit that many of us don't want to hear, and that is the pricing. So straight up, there's no need to lie, they are expensive, but if it's something you need, then it's worth it. The desks, of course, get more expensive the larger you go. When it comes to something like this, it's not really where you want to cheap out and risk having issues. Now, the small version of this desk is 120 by 80, and that is £500. For 140 centimeters wide, it's $524. If you want 160, it's £536, and this 180 centimeter model is £548. Now, given that this is a considerable purchase, I would advise you to think hard and make sure you really do need the stand-up desk. Coming from someone who hadn't considered it before and wouldn't use a standing only desk, I really am starting to appreciate the benefits. Especially if you have multiple users where they want to sit and some want to stand, then it really is going to be the perfect solution. And for those that don't feel comfortable setting it up, they also offer a completely free installation service. Of course, for those of you that want to take a look at the Yo-Yo Desk Pro 2, I've placed links down in the description below that'll take you to their website, and if there's anything I've missed or you've got any questions, then just ask in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, smash a thumbs up. If you didn't, hit that thumbs down twice, and I'll see you guys in the next one.